Whether you've been playing this game since we first dipped our toes in the rivers of Lorwyn, or you hopped on the train at Thunder Junction, fatigue comes for us all at some point. Now, what do I mean by fatigue in this game of Commander that we play? Fatigue is you've just turned all of your white weenies sideways and you've beaten your opponent's life total to 0. And now you're left feeling like a sad weenie. You feel nothing. You've done it time and time again, and it's just lost its luster.
You saying I belong at Weenie Hut Juniors?
Maybe, just maybe, you've bounced everybody's boards back to their hand, or you've mass exiled with your white-blue blinky combos, and now you're the one that's left feeling alone. There's only so many ways the design team can print mechanics on legendary creatures to make it interesting. Existing mechanics, at least. There's only so many times you can print the same legendary creature and make that character interesting.
Are you sure about that?
So what do we do about fatigue? Now you've clicked on this catchy little title that I've made because I have lured you into the false premise that I have all the answers. Well, spoiler, I don't. But I can tell you what's worked for me. First, stop building your commander deck around the commander. Build your deck around an idea. What I implore you do is maybe spread your wings, baby bird. Maybe go explore deck lists from formats you like from the past or from now and see what the idea of the deck is and how you can incorporate it into a commander deck that would interest you. For example, one of my favorite standard matches of all time was Chapin versus Nassif in 2007. That was an Ignite Memories burn deck focused around Bogardian Hellkite and storming off for damage. Now, that deck list does not work for Commander, obviously, because it's multiple copies and it's not 100 cards and all the other shit that goes along with Commander, right? But my favorite card in that deck is Ignite Memories. I started to think, how can I work that into Commander? And one, make it viable so that I'm not underpowered. And how can I make it work to where I do what I want? So what I did was I built a Teamer Flubs deck. It's a landfall combo-y deck that really just helps you churn through your deck by drawing cards. So the sub game that I made for myself when I play that deck is I have to draw into Ignite Memories and I have to use it to kill somebody before I can win the game. It's a fun little mini game within the game that keeps it interesting, and slamming down Ignite Memories against a Tron player or a Gruul Stompy player always feels good, never feels bad. The good thing about it being a Commander game, though, is that it's not relegated to only being good against those types of players. It could be good against anybody. Everybody is playing big bomby spells in Commander at some point to do something big, to turn the tide in their favor and win the game. That's not the case when this deck was in Standard, though. It can only be good against so many other decks. In a white weenie deck, for example, from the start, Ignite Memories probably won't do much for you. But here it can be good just about anywhere. How does it feel when I get to storm off for, let's say, 6 or 7 with my Ignite Memories?
Yes!
It feels very reminiscent of that 2007 era. He's got 3 cards in his hand. One of them is a big boy, and the other 2 were small 2 or 3 drops, and I have 7 copies now. How many times can I runner, as the famous line that commentator said, that just lives in my head every time I think about that match? Can he hit the runner? Go explore other formats and decks from the past, or maybe even now. Maybe even decks in Standard right now. I have a Commander deck built based on Chocobos that just came out, and it's how many times can I cast Grishal Greens in a game? And the answer is a lot. Maybe you loved Modern Scapeshift when Valakut was available and not banned. Find a commander that works for that. There's plenty of them, and do your own little Scapeshift modern shenanigans. Have a good time and maybe feel some nostalgia along with it. And I guarantee you'll have more fun when you make these little ideas or these little goals for yourself within a game that you're playing. Not only can doing this make your commander decks more interesting and help you avoid getting fatigued, they can also help you become a better player. If you're building this commander deck based off of the idea of Modern Scapeshift, that can drastically help you improve your sequencing in a turn by understanding how that deck from the past worked. So not only are you improving your play, you're also improving your overall experience as a player, making the game fundamentally more interesting. So there you have it. I've given you all the answers. You never have to watch another Magic video ever again from anybody. Don't look anywhere else. So did you like that video? Did you learn something in the video? Maybe you do something in the video. Maybe you click the button. Maybe you ring the bell. Maybe you do something. Maybe you don't. I don't care. You're your own person. You do what you want. But maybe you should do something. I don't know. It's just clicking a button. You know, you do what you want.